Hello everybody and welcome back to more political chatter. In this video we will be talking about Tim Scott and how many DeSantis supporters, especially in the early states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada, are switching from the DeSantis campaign to the Tim Scott campaign because in more and more polls that we see out of these early states, not necessarily across the country, but really doesn't matter when we have a few early states that dominate how the rest of the country will go. But we are seeing it, according to polls, in a few early states where Ron DeSantis is falling. It's not all from Tim Scott stealing supporters, but what we are definitely seeing is Ron DeSantis falling, especially in Iowa, Donald Trump falling as well, but mainly Ron DeSantis. And who do we see rising? We see Tim Scott as the rising candidate in these early primary states. And looking at, even donors in the second quarter of the year, we saw that that Tim Scott brought in so much money, like $21 million. He was only third behind Joe Biden and Donald Trump, but he was ahead of Ron DeSantis when it comes to overall money brought in from donors and stuff. So that definitely tells you something about how the DeSantis campaign is just, we've talked about how poorly Ron DeSantis is doing. But now we're going to start talking about how Tim Scott could replace Ron DeSantis in this race as kind of the main opponent to Trump. If you saw my recent Republican primary election night video, you know that I think that DeSantis does eventually drop out, maybe after Super Tuesday, and all the candidates, including DeSantis, end up endorsing Tim Scott for president. Well, not all, but a lot of them. If it looks like Tim Scott has any hope, I think that he, as I said, would kind of become Trump's main opponent. I mean, looking at Tim Scott versus Ron DeSantis and looking at how their two campaigns are going, I see Tim Scott having a longer lasting campaign than Ron DeSantis, because it's almost, Ron DeSantis' campaign is a complete joke. I mean, recently this video that the DeSantis campaign team tweeted out included a clear neo-Nazi symbol on it with Ron DeSantis' face in front of it. I mean, really, it's like a joke campaign. I can't believe that it's serious. It feels like it's something like out of an SNL skit or something. Like, this does not feel real, because just the worst possible thing for DeSantis keeps happening. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious, but he had an opportunity to literally beat Trump for the Republican nomination, and now, like, every day we're seeing a huge gaffe in his campaign, and it's absurd. I mean, I can't believe that this is happening to the man who was once supposed to be the one to beat Trump. But as I was saying before, saying that there was a gaffe, like, every day, from the DeSantis campaign, practically every day. Remember the anti-gay video? People just hated that, but I mean, at least that one was on purpose. And now this, then he just got in a car accident also. Like what is happening with his campaign? So it's going absolutely downhill for DeSantis. I don't know how long he lasts. Does he even make it to Iowa? I think it is in the realm of possibility that DeSantis drops out before Iowa. Let's say if all candidates do end up participating in the debate. It's looking like Trump isn't, and DeSantis said he won't if Trump doesn't too. But let's just say all of the candidates are in. I mean, Trump would destroy DeSantis on the debate. Let's just be real. And as I said, it's a possibility that he drops out after some debates if his polling continues to decline. But you know who I think will definitely shine in these debates is Tim Scott. Tim Scott is a great speaker, guys. I don't know if you heard his announcement speech, but he really makes you like him. If you're a liberal, if you're a conservative, you, in some way, shape, or form, you kind of like Tim Scott because he's just a great speaker. He's energetic. He's enthusiastic. He really makes you convinced about what he's saying. So Tim Scott could absolutely benefit from the debates. And he is not someone that all candidates will be attacking. As I said, he is not. He doesn't have a sour relationship with any of the candidates. Remember, Trump, of course, attacks DeSantis because he's his main opponent, but also people like Asa Hutchinson, Chris Christie, Will Hurd. He has this group of people that he likes to attack. But Tim Scott's not one of those people. And of course, people like Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis won't attack Tim Scott because people like Tim Scott. Everyone has a good relation with Tim Scott. No one has a problem. I mean, Chris Christie was on the news and they were like trying to get him trying to get him to attack Tim Scott, and he refused. I mean, people like this guy. So in the debate, it's very unlikely that he gets a lot of attacks, and all of this just adds towards the fact that Tim Scott will be the new DeSantis, later on. But he will actually run a good campaign, I'm sure. I mean, he is running a great campaign. And he has so much money. So, as I was saying, I feel that Tim Scott is better positioned to be Trump's main opponent and, last until that one-on-one race between Trump and Scott, than DeSantis is. Let's look at polling now. Iowa, Tim Scott is gaining a lot of attention for climbing into third place when he was just at 1% not too long ago, just earlier in the year. Just 2 months ago, he was at 1%, and now, I mean, it is because of money. Don't get me wrong, okay? This is a ton because of money. He has big donors. People like to donate to him because DeSantis' campaign is crashing, and they like Tim Scott. They have hope in Tim Scott, and they don't have any hope in DeSantis. But let's just look at polling. 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 9. Tim Scott has climbed so much. He was at 1, now he is at 9 in the most recent poll. That's plus 8. Let's look at DeSantis. 30, 26, 20, 24, 21, 16, 15. So he went from 30 to 15. That's a 15-point drop. So a lot, I mean, even half. It's looking like half of this lost support that, DeSantis has lost is going to Tim Scott. I mean, polling proves this. Looking at New Hampshire, same sort of thing is happening. Tim Scott is just narrowly in 4th place behind Chris Christie, who's in 3rd, but I could definitely, he probably will climb into 3rd, with him racking up donations and running more ads. Definitely see him climbing into 3rd over Chris Christie, who doesn't have as much money. But looking at Tim Scott polls, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 1, 7, 4, 6, 8. He has climbed so much. He was at 0. Now he is at 8. That's plus 8 for him. Looking at DeSantis, he was at 19, 18, 39, 42, 17, 29, 22, 18, 12, 19, 15. And the most recent poll was at 23, which is definitely a bit generous, I think. Looking at all the other recent polls at 15, 12, 19. So again, we are seeing DeSantis fall, Scott gain. So the point is, a lot of people, especially the donors, as this political article reads, as its title says, are switching to Tim Scott because they have more hope. I definitely have more hope in Tim Scott, and the donors apparently do too, because Tim Scott has more money than DeSantis, and that will continue. So thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'd be great. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.